So this is gonna be a short little video, because it's 12:30 and I want to go to bed. But this YouTube challenge, man, like, pushing me to my limits, bruh. Anyways, as you can tell from the title, this video is gonna be about Freedom 35. Now, what does that mean? I'm finna tell you. Got the tripod, it's better now. So back in the summer, I went to the Shangri-La Hotel with my mom. And this isn't when I met Jeff, this is a different time. And we were talking with a bunch of her friends, and this one guy, I think his name was Enzo. He was living there, he bought out a place, he lived there full time at the hotel. He was talking about his life, like he's having a really good time, life is easy. He hosts these boat parties called the Shang Bang every year. I don't know why he called it that, but I mean, I would want to go to a party called the Shang Bang, so smart. And we started talking about like school and life and how I just graduated, because every adult just wants to talk about like school and stuff for whatever reason. And I guess he liked me because he started talking to me about like his life story, not his life story, but like how he came to be a great success. And I was like, super dope, like, all right, cool, like, tell me. And he said the one thing that he attributed his success to was writing down on a piece of paper the words Freedom 35. And he did this constantly throughout the day, and it was his reminder of where he wanted to be at age 35. So freedom, he's free enough, he's successful enough to do whatever he wants to do. He can travel, he can hang out with friends, he can have his boat parties, shang bang, and just like live his life and have fun, right? So he started telling me, he's like, Mark, you should do this, write it down. Freedom 35, every single day, a few times a day, because writing it down on paper brings it into existence and solidifies it in your brain. It's like, okay, I'm doing this. All my energy is gonna go towards this thing. And this isn't the first time I heard about the concept of writing something down and putting it out into the universe. Not like brain waves or things like that, but in terms of like your energy and your mindset. Similar to speaking things into existence, how whatever you say about yourself will come true, or whatever you think about whatever situations, that's how it is for you, because that's how you think of it. And that's like your subjective experience, and life is what you make it. So I was like, dope, cool, all right. Next day, I grabbed my black notebook. This is just a notebook that I got for my road trip. It's basically like my diary, because I wanted to remember everything that happened on the road trip. So every day I would write it down. We woke up, did this, went here, we made a funny joke about it. Anyways, doesn't matter. So I got my black notebook and I went to a brand new page and I wrote the words Freedom 35, just like I was starting a paragraph, just right at the top in that little left corner. And I wrote it down probably about 3-4 times a day, consistently for like, I don't know, maybe like 2 weeks. And then I thought to myself, I don't want to be living Enzo's dream. I want to be living my dream, or I want to be living my life, you know? What's my goal? So I had already written down Freedom 35, like, I don't know, let's just say 10 times or whatever, 20 times. And then after thinking that I want to make it personal and relevant to me and personal to me so that it hits deeper, from then on I wrote Freedom 35 dash Power of Positivity. Because for me, I love making people feel good. I like doing things for the people. I love helping people. I love being positive. All my friends know me. I'm just like always smiling and laughing. I want to do good for everyone and everything, you know? The world is your mirror. I want to give out as much good as I can so that I can receive the same amount of good. So here you can see it. This one was the very first one I wrote. See how there's no dash Power of Positivity yet. And I go down all the way, where is it? I think it's this one right here. Yeah, that's the first one. Sorry, I'll give you a better view. So this one right here where this first dash is, that's, okay, I guess that's not 10 or 20, but whatever. That's where I started changing it to Power of Positivity because I wanted it to be more relevant to me. And as you can see here, I wrote it like, I don't know how many times, just like all over. Some are going sideways, some are going vertical. There's one at the very top that's like super big lettering, just like everywhere. It's all down the side. Let me show you. Oh. See, just like that, you can see it's all just right there. So that took me a while because I had about maybe a month or two of writing it every single day. And then I had to use the book for other things. So I flipped the page and then I just kind of forgot about it for like, I don't know, I think it was about a month or two. And it was weird because in that time where I forgot about it, I was like super grumpy. I was always upset. Things would irritate me like immediately. I'm usually super easygoing. Nothing bothers me. Always happy, always smiling. But for that 1 to 2 month period, everything irritated me, annoyed me. My temper was like still, I had really good patience still. But at the same time, like internally, I was like, I'm cheesed right now. And it was weird for me because sometimes I'll get upset for like a week, you know, like a few days. I'd be like, oh, I'm kind of down, my energy's low, like whatever the case may be. And then the next week I'm like good again. But this was like consistent days and weeks of just feeling angry, really. I don't know any other way to say it. And then I found the page again and I started writing it, and within, I would say, maybe 2 days, I was back to my old self. And it was the weirdest thing. I didn't think that writing down power of positivity and remembering to say, you know, be good, be positive, do good things, think good thoughts, I didn't think that'd affect me so much. And I can't say that, you know, this caused me to be successful in other areas, but this time in my life when I restarted it, I was networking, I had jobs, I had castings, everything was going well. Instagram followers were like shooting up at the time, which is not like how you should measure success, but like, whatever. So going through that down period, rediscovering the power of positivity, and then picking myself back up again, that just solidified to me in my mind, okay, I need to keep writing this and keep doing this consistently every single day, multiple times a day, to get where I need to be. Because that was my go, 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 growth, hustle, grind period. And I felt good though. That was the thing, was that even though I was working so hard and doing so many things, I felt amazing. So I finished the page probably about like a month ago, and I was like, sweet, I should make this a YouTube video. So I kept it on the page so that I could always be reminded, hey, make a video about Freedom 35. But then today I was like, wait a minute, I'm not writing down the words anymore. I mean, it's still, I think about it because that page is open and I see it all the time, but it's not the same effect of me writing it out multiple times a day versus just looking at it. So today I actually wrote in my first new page of it, which is Freedom 35 Power of Positivity, again, this time in blue ink. Thought I'd change it up. And it's huge right in the center of the page. There you can see, that was one of the days of the road trip. If you care to read that, you can pause it. So today marks the first day that I'm restarting my second page for Freedom 35. And I'm just gonna write that out in whatever way I want to, whatever size lettering, I don't care. I just know that I need to start doing this again because I need to just like, anyways, moving on. I highly, highly, highly recommend you do something like this, whether it's in a notebook or whether it's on a piece of paper. I think my dad just knocked on the door, but I think he just walked away. I highly, highly, highly recommend that you write out something. It doesn't have to be Freedom 35 Power Positivity. It could be safe and successful 32 puppies. I don't know. I literally just made that up on the spot. You know, maybe you want to be safe and secure, successful at age 32, and the way you're going to do that is by raising puppies and selling them, or taking care of puppies, or running a doggy daycare, or walking dogs. I don't know. But you can literally do whatever you want, and there's no right or wrong way to do it. Just pick something that resonates deeply with you so that it's hitting you at the core and you know every day, yes, this is me. I'm gonna live by these words because this is my saying, it's my motto. It represents me and where I want to go. So try that out. Send me a picture so that I can hear all the wonderful stories about how you guys are like, I'm super happy, I'm super successful, I'm doing this, I'm growing here. Okay, I'm kidding. You don't actually have to send me a picture, but like, do it and comment below if it works, because I don't think it's just gonna only work for me. I think it'll work for everyone. But you gotta believe it. You can't just write it down and be like, oh, this is bullcrap. Like I don't actually believe in this stuff. Be like, you know what? This is real. Writing it out. This is me. Rant over. I think it's time to go to bed. Bye.